Hello, CCS. It is good to be with you again on this special edition of the Eagle Express. As you may have heard, yesterday, Governor Wolf issued a stay at home order for several Pennsylvania counties, which covers the area that CCS draws our students from. And in addition, the Pennsylvania Department of Education issued a new school closure order. And so I would like to review with everyone what CCS has done and what we are working to do in support of our families and our students. I'm going to address these things in two separate pieces, what I'm going to call the Phase 1 closure and then the Phase 2 closure. The Phase 1 closure began on Friday, March 13th, and that closure runs through this Friday, March 27th. In order to address and absorb this closure, CCS took several steps. We canceled 5 of our 6 spring break days. We decided not to administer the CTP assessment during this school year. We have tentatively canceled our end of year celebration day, and we extended our preschool school year by 2 additional days. In addition, for our infant, toddler, and unlimited extended care families who are not able to recoup the lost time through our various actions, we issued prorated credits to those families. In order to support our families and keep our students' minds engaged, this current week, our teachers have sent out a number of optional retention activities for all of our students in grades K through 12. And the last thing that we did was we initiated a thorough deep cleaning process of our school building, which continues at the moment. But now that we have received the state's order for an additional closure, what I'm calling the Phase 2 closure, CCS is going to move ahead with additional steps for our students and families, which I'm going to outline right now. But first, I really want to clarify the details of this Phase 2 closure because there was some confusion yesterday about exactly the timeline of that closure. Schools and daycares in Pennsylvania have been ordered to remain closed through Monday, April 6th. So as of right now, we are able to reopen school on Tuesday, April 7th. So in order to address this additional Phase 2 closure, Coventry Christian Schools is taking the following actions. First, for all preschool families and any grammar school families who are enrolled in our unlimited extended care program, we are going to be issuing prorated refunds for the next 6 days of this Phase 2 closure. Those refunds are for the preschool, any and all preschool tuition, as well as the unlimited extended care fees for any grammar school students who are enrolled in that program. We are working on those credits right now, and we will communicate with each applicable family as soon as we have them processed to your account. Those credits are going to reduce your next fax payment that is set to come from your family's account. And for families who have paid in advance, those credits are going to be available to you at the end of this school year, either for a refund or to be applied toward your next year's tuition. For all of our K through 12 families, we have decided to merge the 3rd and 4th quarters together into just one second semester. The reason that we're doing that is to eliminate the stress on our students and our teachers that would have otherwise related to the end of the 3rd quarter. This means that there will be no 3rd quarter progress reports sent out to our families. So instead, you're just going to get one second semester progress report at the end of the year. Last week, we began pulling together all of our K through 12 educational items in order to make plans to take our education online and distance learning. We began meeting with teachers, we started engaging in training, and we worked to determine the best platform and methodology to continue delivering a high quality education for our students and families. And in our efforts, our top priority has been to create a uniform and simplified process for our students and families. So that's part of why we sent out the K through 12 family survey at the end of last week. And if you have not yet had a chance to take that survey, the link is for you below, and I would really implore you to take that survey because it's important in helping us prepare to support you in the coming weeks. In addition, or not in addition, but CCS is going to be moving to an online distance learning platform effective next week. We're going to be rolling that process out to all of our families in the coming days, but I want to share with you some details right now. First, we have decided to use the following platforms to deliver our K-12 distance and online learning education. First, we're going to be using Google Classroom. Second, we are going to be using Zoom. And third, we're going to be using YouTube. Those are the three primary tools that we're going to use in an online setting to educate our students. And I want to talk a little bit more about that. For the organization and dissemination of assignments, tasks, and information, we are going to be utilizing Google Classroom. For students in grades K through 5, we are going to have one classroom for each grade level, and all subjects are going to flow through that grade level classroom. For students in grades 6 through 12, we are going to have one Google Classroom for each course of study. For families in grades K through 5, we are creating a family Google account that you are going to use to access your Google Classroom. That account information is being put together right now and is going to be sent out to you within the next couple of days. For our students in grades 6 through 12, you already have a CoventryChristian.com Google account, and that account is going to be what you use in order to access the Google Classroom and other related information. For live classes, we are going to be using the Zoom platform for meetings between teachers and students. Those Zoom links are going to be sent out to students and families within the Google Classroom. And finally, for any recorded lessons that our teachers are going to put together, those lessons will be posted to YouTube, and those links are also going to be shared via the Google Classroom. So for all of our K through 12 families, you're going to have a one-stop shop in Google Classroom in order to access your children's education information. In addition, though, to the online systems that we're setting up, we are also gathering the necessary paperwork and resources for you to move your children's education forward next week. And so, on Monday, March 30th, we are going to hold a drive-through pickup for families to gather and get the necessary supplies and materials from the school. This pickup was explicitly authorized by the governor in the most recent stay-at-home order. For families who are interested, I'm including a copy of the governor's order from yesterday in this email below. Specific details about that drive-through pickup are going to come out later this week, so please watch your emails for that information on how to come to school and participate in that resource pickup drive-through that we're putting together. The next thing I wanted to do was talk broadly about some of the calendar impacts that this Phase 2 closure is having on our school. First, our spring drama production has been moved to May 15th and 16th. And I am just so grateful that our drama department feels confident that we will be able to hold our play, our musical this spring, as long as we're able to get back to school by the end of April. So we're really excited to hold that production. Again, that is currently scheduled for May 15th and 16th. The second thing, our PTO auction, which is one of our biggest events of the year, our PTO has moved that to Saturday, May 30th. Saturday, May 30th is going to be the PTO auction. And so hopefully things will have moved back toward normal by then, and we will be able to hold our auction on Saturday, May 30th. And then lastly, all CCS events through Friday, April 10th, have either been canceled or postponed. Our goal is to postpone as many of these events as possible, but some of them were time specific and unfortunately had to be canceled. In order to check the CCS calendar, I would encourage you to use our website. All of our events are being changed in real time on the website, so anytime a change is made, it will be reflected right away on our online CCS calendar. And again, I've included a link to that for you below. Okay, so what can you do as a family to prepare for next week? If you're a K through 12 family, what can you do? Well, first, we want you to make plans for your family to be ready to move forward on your education starting next Tuesday, March 31st. What do I mean by that? Well, we directed all of our families and students to consider last week their spring break week. This week is kind of a hybrid, moving hopefully away from spring break and back towards school. But by next week, there's going to need to be a mental and structural shift in our families in order to be productive. So a couple things. Consider getting your children up at a specific time every day, just like you would for school. Routine is incredibly important for our kids. So please consider what that time is going to need to be based on the information that's going to be coming to you the rest of this week. But consider getting up at a specific time each day. Consider getting them dressed, showered, teeth brushed, breakfast eaten, and maybe even you want to consider having them put their school uniform on for the time that they're going to be asked to be focused on school. That will simulate the school environment at home and help your children recognize, okay, this is time for school, even though I'm still at home in my living room or bedroom or kitchen. So maybe consider the dress that you decide to use for your children. And then set the expectation for them in advance. How much time are we going to spend today on schoolwork? What is our schedule going to look like? When are we going to have breaks? And stay committed. Plan that out. Every family is going to be a little different, because many of us are still needing to work online. Some of us are having to work normally, going to the hospital to work or to other businesses that are still open. So your schedule isn't going to look like everyone else's, but it's important to set the schedule for your children, map it out for them, build in breaks, and then stay committed to that schedule. Children do respond well to routine and when they know what to expect in advance. So make those considerations. In addition, consider where are you going to set up school at home for the next week. Is it going to be at the kitchen table, the dining room table, the living room? What do you feel is going to work best for your kids? Other considerations for that is where's your home internet router? Where is your internet access? What are your computing situation? Where can I set those computers up? All of those things need to be considered. If you have multiple children in your home, which many of us do I have headphones available so that I can have my children on the computers simultaneously? If I don't have headphones or I can't get them for next week, can I move them into separate rooms so that they can each be on a device? So these are considerations that you should think through as you prepare for next week. If you are one of the CCS families in K-12 who indicated that you do not have a device for each child in your home, we're going to be working with you and sending you a follow-up survey so that we are able to loan you a CCS device so that you do have one device for each child in your home. But only the families who took our surveys are going to receive a device. So if you did not take that first survey, please do so below. And if applicable, you'll receive a second survey to help us organize and prepare to get you that device. The next thing, I want to encourage all of our K-12 families to, if you haven't already done so, go to zoom.com and log in. Create a login, get online, connect with a classmate or with a family member, and practice communicating in Zoom before next week. If you do that a couple times, it will help your children prepare for what that experience is going to be like and will help us make our time together next week much more productive. So please, if you haven't already done this, create a Zoom account and log in and see what that experience is like. It is really, truly a very simple process, and it is free. There's no cost to do it. Last thing, it's really important that you watch for additional communication from us here at CCS, as we will be sending out more emails and communication and information for our plans next week over the coming days. So in conclusion, I want to take a moment to thank our administrative team. They have been unbelievable. They've been working tirelessly over the past week. We've held dozens of conference calls, Zoom meetings. We are all pitching in, and I'm just so proud of our administrative team working to keep our education on track. In addition, I need to thank all of our teachers. They have been amazing. They are working incredibly hard to shift gears and quickly switch over to a distance learning online platform while still maintaining a high quality commitment for our students. We are absolutely committed to not just doing it to check off the box, but to delivering a high quality education for our kids. And I've just been so impressed by all of their teamwork, innovation, and their detail-oriented approach to the task at hand. So our teachers have been amazing. I'm so proud of them and so grateful for their help. We, in general, are just so grateful for the grace and the peace that our community has demonstrated in the past week and a half. And I just want all of you to know we are praying for you every day, multiple times a day, individually, as a faculty, as an administrative team. We are praying for you. We love you, and we cannot wait to get back to normal school at some point. And we're just so grateful for all of the CCS families in our community, and we are praying that this virus pandemic is going to begin to settle down over the next couple of weeks so that we can return to a normal schooling environment. And so just thank you so much for your time. I know this is a long video, but I felt it was important to communicate these details to all of our CCS families. So if you have any questions, you can certainly reach out to us. Recognize we are getting a high volume of emails, so it is taking us longer to get back to folks. But we are engaged, and we will continue to work with you to make the most of this unprecedented time that we're operating in. So thank you so much for your time and your patience today, and I look forward to speaking with all of you again very soon. Have a great day.